in today's video, I am so excited. I am going to be sharing with you guys the People of Color Beauty por la Cultura collection. This is a collection inspired by Latin American and Hispanic culture. I, along with Cass from Casper Nails and Jacqueline, curated this collection for spring and summer, and I really am so excited to share like a bit of my culture with you guys through nail polish. I have my traditional look going here for you guys. I have all my beautiful turquoise jewelry. I have some earrings that are made out of like some sarape material. I have my embroidered colorful shirt, and I'm just really super excited, you guys. Last year when People of Color Beauty came out with the For the Culture collection, I swatched those, and I was kind of talking with Jacqueline about putting out something based on Latin American culture, like Latina collection, and she was like, well, think about it, you know. Then when she came back and said she wanted to, I was like, oh my god. And then when she asked me if I would help pick out colors and inspirations, I was like, oh my god, again. And I'm just so excited, you guys. I have a little bit of a Skittle Manny going with all of the colors in the collection except for one. There is 6 colors in the collection. This collection is going to be launching Friday, April 23rd. So for this launch, I will have my own code. The code is going to be JO, capital J-O. I will have the information down below. That will get you 10% off your order from People of Color Beauty. It is an affiliate link, so I do make a small percentage of sales from all the polishes ordered with my code. So if you guys do like this and you do plan to order, I would appreciate you using my code if you feel like doing so. People of Color Beauty, in case you guys are unaware, I will link their website down below. It is a polish brand that caters to women of color. So she makes sure that her colors are flattering to women in the deeper to mid tones, which I really appreciate. I have not tried a People of Color polish that I did not completely fall in love with. The polishes are for everyone, but she makes sure to be specifically flattering to the deeper tones. Jacqueline and I have become very great friends. She's such a sweet person, and it's a great brand, and she's really somebody that you guys really do want to support. She makes sure that she has a lot of inclusiveness in her brand, a lot of inclusiveness in her swatching. She's just overall, like, for women of color, I feel like her brand just really is where it's at. So after getting all that said, this video is going to be a little long. I do want to talk a little bit about how the inspirations for the polishes came up, and share a little bit of my culture with you guys. I will link my bio that I gave to Jacqueline about myself and what the collection means to me in the description box down below. But as you guys are aware, I live in New Mexico. I consider myself to be Hispanic, and New Mexico kind of is like a melting pot of several different cultures, but mostly we have Hispanic and Native American cultures, especially in the northern area where I live. So we have a lot of traditions, we have a lot of like great food and great cultural aspects, and so I just really want to share these with you guys. So it's going to be a little long. I am going to be live swatching everything for you guys as well, and let's get started. So a first polish in the collection is called Abuela, and it says, stop by Abuela's casa and you may find an array of colors. However, this tangerine shimmer was selected by Cass and Josephine because it reminded them of what they would see at their grandma's house. Abuelas are the matriarchs of the family, and we wanted to celebrate them with this color. So I've told you guys before, like, how important my grandparents were to me growing up and throughout my whole life. My mom's grandparents passed when I was younger, but I spent tons and tons of time with them. I was at their house every day. My grandma, my mom's mom, taught me how to read, took care of me and 5 of my cousins every day, got us ready for school, cooked us dinner. Just, we were there every single day, constantly. My dad's grandparents also, same thing, was with them every single day. After my mom's parents passed away, my dad's grandparents, would take us to school, pick us up, you know, cook us dinner, stay with us, take us for the summer. We would go, you know, go all over the place, go on drives, go out to eat. My dad's mom showed us how to sew, helped us learn how to cook, even though I'm not that good at it. You know, she did try. But I just spent tons and tons of time at both of my grandmother's houses. And both of their houses were very eclectically decorated. My dad's mom, the one that just recently passed away. I'm gonna get a little bit teary. Her house had like any decor you could think of, all the way going back to maybe like the 1950s to present time. She had like 1950s furniture, 1960s furniture. A lot of her stuff was covered in sarapes, like the material on my earrings. Just very colorful, very festive. But my grandma especially had this like orange, burnt orange vases in her house that were very like 1970s. And so when we were picking a color, I wanted something fun and bright, and so did Cass. So grandmothers are like the matriarchs of the family. They're the glue that holds everything together. I have no more grandparents left, and it's really sad. I was blessed to have such close relationship with my grandparents and my grandmas especially, and so this polish just really, really means a lot to me. It's a beautiful bright jelly orange with like holographic glitter. I actually am wearing this on my pinky. Formula on this was a little bit tricky for me. I did add some thinner before I swatched. And that just helped a ton. So if you guys do decide to pick this up, I would definitely try it out to make sure. But I feel like everyone's going to need just a little bit of thinner in this. But it's very beautiful. It's very squishy. It does want to dry matte, but once you put on the glossy top coat, you guys, oh, so good. Perfect for summer. Perfect on my skin tone. If you're my skin tone or deeper, you're going to get tons of pop off this. Just a perfect tribute to like the bright and colorful abuelitas in our life. So really fun polish. Sorry, I got a little choked up. My grandma passed away just a few weeks ago, so it's very emotional for me. Next up in the collection, I have Low and Slow. The plush pink color was inspired by Gypsy Rose, the famous lowrider from East Los Angeles, California. In the 1960s, Jesse Valdez and his brother established the Imperials Car Club in Los Angeles, California. Lowrider cars were still an up-and-coming trend around the world, having really only first begun a decade prior. His first version of Gypsy Rose began its life in a 1960s Chevrolet Impala. Other than Gypsy Rose's beautiful artistry, the car was outfitted with the most necessary modification to the lowriding scene: suspension hydraulics. This was the style that was first used to fight back against the conservatives of Los Angeles in the 1950s. In the beginning, they would place large sandbags into their trunks to weigh down the suspension, coining the term low and slow to describe the purpose of their machines. From there, engineers began to work with suspension components to lower their cars. In 1958, Los Angeles officials fought back with legislation making it illegal to have a car's body lower than the bottom of the wheel rim. This caused creation for hydraulics, which allowed the body of the car to be raised or lowered by interior operating switches. There's a link to a full story. I will put that down below for you guys. So where I live in Espanola, New Mexico, we're considered like lowrider capital of the world. We actually came out on MTV for this. I will put a link to that video down below. But I grew up around lowrider culture. A lot of my friends had lowriders. My uncle actually had a lowrider and was the president of a lowrider club called Prestigious Few. I will put a picture of the Gypsy Rose car, you guys. It's beautiful. Lowriders are moving art. I love the cars with hydraulics. It's always funny when you ride around in them, you kind of like get this little bounce, and then they have the loud systems, and like when the bass hits, like your heart literally like vibrates, like when you're talking, it's like and it's just fun. It's like a very fun nostalgic thing for me. On Good Friday here in Espanola, we have a place called the Santuario de Chimayo. It's like a miraculous church, and for Good Friday, everybody gets out their lowriders. If the weather's nice, it's like a parade. All the cars are cruising around. It's so, they're beautiful. There's people parked on the side of the road. Everybody's chatting and just having a good time and showing off like their beautiful, beautiful art. A lot of these cars are put together by families. Like a dad will start the car and then the sons or daughters will finish up the car. Tons of money, tons of love goes into these cars. So lowriders, moving art, riding is a way of life for a ton of Latinos and Latinas and Hispanics, and it's actually gone worldwide. You can find kids like emulating Hispanic and Latino and Latin American culture, and lowriders like in Japan. It's huge in Japan, and so it's just a super cool thing. I really enjoy the lowrider tradition in my area. I think it's super, super cool. Let's get into live swatching of Low and Slow. Next polish in the collection is called Vestidos Tradicionales. And this is a beautiful confetti-like topper. It's a perfect representation of all the beautiful colors that are typically seen in the traditional clothing and textiles found throughout Hispanic and Latin American cultures. Put a little fun on your nails with this beautiful mix of colors. So I have on a traditional style embroidered top, and then I also have on these earrings that are made out of like a sarape material. When I was younger, we have these things called fiestas, and here where I'm from, the Spaniards came and like conquered the area in the 1400s, and they came and they created like the first capital of the United States of America. So my ancestors were in this area before like the Pilgrims landed on Plymouth Rock. It was very sort of rough times between the conquistadores and the natives, and so a lot of these traditions are kind of getting I don't want to say they're gonna go away, but they're trying to figure out a way to like honor both cultures with it, because there is a history of like, you know, rapes and cutting off of people's limbs and things like that by the conquistadores. And so the natives in the area are kind of like coming back and saying, you know, this was not the most accurate representation. So, you know, it's kind of gone a little back and forth, but we had these big things called fiestas, and they would celebrate that coming in and conquering of the area. But we have like a carnival, and there's traditional food, and there's dancing, and there's music, and like traditional Spanish music, you know, like corridos and cumbias, and people like gather in our town square and dance and eat and, you know, have a parade, and it's really, really fun. So hopefully we can find some way to like meld the cultures together and like keep these traditions going. But during this time, a lot of young girls dress in these traditional outfits, and they do these really beautiful dances. I'll put a link to a video below, but they wear these beautiful colorful skirts, and they wear their hair like really up and beautiful, and lots of beautiful jewelry. And then there's always a reina de la fiesta. So there's a queen of the fiesta, and then she has these little girls that are called pages, and they're all dressed up really, really beautifully. I'll try and put some pictures so you guys can see. I love this style of shirts and embroidery. I just think it's so fun and festive, and it like brings back a lot of memories for me. So I'll wear these sometimes, you know, to work or wherever, and I really, really love them, you guys. So I thought this topper was super, super fun, and I feel like it really hits the colorful embroidery and colorful feel of the fabrics. So I showed this just as on its own polish because the base is tinted. There is a slight pink tint to it, and I think it's really pretty on its own, but I think if you are going to use it as a topper, you're going to have to pair it over some darker polishes, because that pink tinted base does sort of color the polish underneath. So just keep that in mind. But let's get into live swatching of Vestidos Tradicionales. Next up in the collection is Comida Frita, Hecho Con Amor, and that means fried food made with love. So this is a yellow shimmer with little black glitter, and it represents all your favorite comida frita. As one of our curators, Cass, put it when describing the inclusion of black glitter, like fried stuff with the little dark burnt spots and char, like from the grill. Think about tortillas, corn, plátanos, and more while wearing this fun color. So this color, you guys, oh, I love it. It's so beautiful and glowy. Then there's all this really beautiful black glitter mixed in, and it totally reminds me of like a corn tortilla. Like when you make a taco or you put the corn tortilla and you warm it up on the comal. That's what this reminds me of. It's also very similar, like I don't ever eat this, but it's really big, is the elote, the corn with like the mayonnaise and the seasonings, and also fried plátanos, which I don't eat. That's not a traditional food for us here in New Mexico, but Cass said it was a traditional food for them. So super fun, you guys. This is such a beautiful polish. I really loved this one. It has a beautiful glow. The black glitter adds like some really fun interest. It's something different from other polishes people of color have put out. So if you are looking for something a little more interesting, I think this fits the bill. It's perfect on my skin tone, and I think if you're my skin tone or deeper, you're really going to get some beautiful pop off it and some really beautiful interest. This had a really nice formula, 2 to 3 coats to get opaque depending on nail length and application. Let's get into live swatching of Comidas Fritas Hecho Con Amor. Next up in the collection is called La Playa. This beautiful blue should remind you of a vacation. There are so many countries within the culture that have beautiful coastlines and beaches, which are some of your favorites. We hope this polish reminds you of La Playa every time you look at it. So La Playa means the beach, and you guys, this color is so perfect. It's practically a one coater. It has a great formula. It's so bright and beautiful, you guys. I love the way it looks with my turquoise rings, and I think if you're my skin tone or darker, again, you're going to get a lot of beautiful pop. I think this is a color that is flattering to a lot of skin tones. It's perfect for spring and summer. I could see this as a beautiful pedicure as well. I have never been to any like coastal towns in Latin America, but I want to. I do love the beach. I do feel like beaches are a very big part of Latin American culture, and so this is so pretty, you guys. You know, beaches, seafood, like fish tacos, all that really fun stuff. So super fun, and let's get into live swatching of La Playa. Last polish in the collection is called Drinks on Me. This is a light mint color and was inspired by the look of a frosted mint margarita, or for those who are more adventurous, a jalapeno mint margarita. The Drinks on Me polish is for all ages, but don't forget, real life drinks are for those 21 and older. This color, you guys, oh my gosh. So that's the one I have here. The camera's kind of washing it out, but it's a really beautiful minty green. Great formula on this. 2 to 3 coats to get opaque depending on nail length and application. It goes on really smooth. Usually these lighter green colors sometimes can be very hit or miss, but this one is perfection. And I love the inspiration, you guys. I don't drink anymore, but when I did used to drink, I used to love a frozen margarita with a salted rim and some lime. I just think that it's very traditional. And usually when you like go out to eat, you can get it with like chips and salsa, and all kinds of really fun stuff. So it just kind of reminds me of like going out to eat and getting like some of those traditional type of food and drinks. So really, really fun polish, really fun inspiration. And let's get into live swatching of drinks on me. So you guys, I feel like I went off on tangents on some of these, and I didn't really talk about formulas as much. I will say that this formula was a little bit tricky, just because it did want to be a little thick, but once I added thinner, I didn't have any issues with it. Formula on the low and slow was perfection, 2 to 3 coats. It has a really beautiful glow in it as well, super pretty polish. The glitter, you get really nice glitter payoff. I love the glitter colors and combination. The base is tinted pink, so do keep that in mind. You can wear it as its own, you can wear it on its own, or if you are going to top it over something, I recommend a darker color for this one. Formula on the Comidas Fritas was really good, 2 to 3 coats to get opaque. The glitters come out really nicely. You may want to put this upside down for a bit before you polish, just to get the glitter towards the mouth of the bottle and shake it up. And then both of the creams were just perfect People of Color Beauty creams. If you've worn any of the creams before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So all of these polishes will be available on April 23rd. Favorites from the collection, I feel like these are my children, you guys, so I'm gonna have a hard time picking, but I feel like for most interesting, I'm gonna go with Comidas Fritas Hecho Con Amor, just because I feel like it's very interesting. But they're all really pretty, they're all really gorgeous, and they're all really fun. I will have all the polish names down below, the People of Color Beauty site down below, Cass's Instagram page down below, so you guys can check them out and see all of their beautiful nails and nail art. And I will link some information down below, including my biography and a couple of cool videos in case you guys are interested about finding out more about my culture. So that is it for this video, you guys. I hope that you enjoy this collection as much as I enjoyed getting to curate it. This collection is also going to be available at Urban Outfitters, which I'm super excited about. There's a Urban Outfitters 2 hours from my house, and I am going to be going once this collection comes out to like take pictures and just like have the whole experience. And I just wanted to thank you guys, because I wouldn't be able to have these types of experiences without your guys' support and views and, you know, watching and following on Instagram and all of that fun stuff. So thank you guys so much. I do get to have a lot of fun, and I do get to have that fun because of you guys, and I never like lose sight of that. So thank you all so much. Let me know which polishes from the collection were your favorites. Let me know down below. Let me know if you guys relate to any of this cultural stuff. I love talking about my culture and like sharing my culture. I feel like it's a very fun culture. We have a lot of color. We love our families. We're almost like codependent on our families, like to a little bit of an extreme level, but I love it. We have great music, we have great food, we have beautiful art, we have lowriders, we have all kinds of really fun things in our Latin American and Hispanic culture, and I just really enjoyed sharing that with you guys. So that is it for this video. If you liked it, please make sure to click the like button down below. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do. And thanks you guys for watching. I will see you all in the next video. I hope you're having an amazing day. Bye!